As an online course creator and content creator, do you ever ask yourself, who am I to be teaching this? Or maybe you have felt like an imposter because you aren't the best at what you teach? And I do too, even after years of creating and selling online courses, but I've gotten better at dealing with it. So in this episode, I want to share 3 tips on how I deal with imposter syndrome. Hi, welcome to the 10K Course Creator Show. My name is Stephen, and this show is all about helping course creators grow their online businesses to over $10,000 per month in the fastest and simplest way possible. Now, before jumping into some ways to deal with imposter syndrome, I just want to let you know that it's totally normal to feel imposter syndrome. I myself have created and sold courses for 8 years and have created and taught several 6-figure courses. But I still feel imposter syndrome, especially if I'm starting a new project. So first of all, don't feel like it's something wrong with you if you feel like an imposter. The only important thing is don't let it stop you from sharing your knowledge. And there are 3 tips that I've learned over the years that help me deal much better with imposter syndrome. So I hope by sharing them with you, it can help you as well. Alright, the first tip is realizing that you don't need to be the best to be helpful to others. A lot of course creators feel like imposters because they see other teachers who are better than them. Now take myself for example. Here at 10K Course Creator, I'm trying to help course creators grow their businesses, but there are so many other course creators who are making so much more money than I am. It does make me think, oh, who am I to be teaching this stuff? Or why should you listen to me instead of people who are making way more money than me selling courses? Now, so what I do is I keep reminding myself I don't need to be the best to help others. Now, I always like this analogy. Who do you think can help a 6th grader with their math homework better? Is it a 7th grader or a math professor? Probably the 7th grader because he's closer to where the 6th grader is and can understand the 6th grader's needs and struggles better than the math professor. Here's the thing, there's always someone better than you are at the thing you're teaching. Now, as long as you are at least one step ahead of those who you're trying to help, you are good enough. So I have made over $10,000 per month and 6 figures per year with my own online courses. Maybe I haven't made $100,000 per month or 7 figures per year, but if I can help other course creators who are just getting started to grow to that $10,000 per month, then I am good enough and valuable to you as a teacher. So if you're at least one step ahead of those who you are trying to help, and you got valuable knowledge and experience to share with them, then you are good enough to teach them as well. Alright, the second tip is realizing those who are consuming your content or taking your courses aren't focused on you, but focused on themselves and their goals. Now, I don't know about you, but when I get imposter syndrome and get scared about sharing my knowledge, I'm mostly worried about being called out and being told my content is terrible. But nobody watches a YouTube video or takes an online course just so that they can find out if the teacher is an imposter. They consume the content or the course because they are wanting to solve a problem or reach a goal. For example, you're watching this video right now, you're mainly thinking about how you also can break through your own imposter syndrome and achieve your goals. So I remind myself to make sure I focus on you and your needs and your goals and not worry about my own feelings of insecurity when I share content. By the way, this tip also helps me to stop worrying about mundane things like how my hair looks or whether my voice sounds funny. When I start thinking about those things, I remind myself to put the focus back on the audience and on helping them. Alright, the third tip is sharing how I did this content instead of how to do this content. So sometimes I might feel like an imposter when I try to teach someone how to do something while maybe not being the best at that thing myself. But what if I'm not showing you how to do something? Instead, I'm just sharing how I did something myself. Then it doesn't matter whether I'm the best at that thing or even if I'm good at that thing. I'm just sharing what I've learned and tried and my experience about that thing, and there would be nothing to feel inadequate about. For example, this episode title is How I Deal with Imposter Syndrome and Not Feeling Good Enough. So I'm just sharing what I've learned and hope it will help you by hearing my experience. Anyway, I don't use this formula every time, but often enough as a way to help myself feel less like an imposter. So there you have it, 3 ways I use to keep myself from letting imposter syndrome stop me from taking action and sharing my knowledge and my content. I get it. Putting yourself out there is scary. And I am putting myself out here right now, and I still get scared. But I'm able to achieve my goal of making a full-time income as an online course creator by taking action in spite of the fear. Besides the tips I've shared in this episode, if you want to learn more about the essential skills and systems you need to grow your online course business to over $10,000 per month, I've created a playlist for you where I talk about how to price your course for success, how to use webinars, Facebook ads, etc. to increase sales and grow your business. If you're interested, go ahead and click this box on the right. It will take you to the first video of that playlist, starting with pricing your course and about selling and marketing with webinars and Facebook ads. So if you're interested, click on the box on the right and I'll see you over there.